Welcome back to my channel. Today it's all about sheeting, and we finally got the majority of all the outside walls and the big interior walls in, and now we're going to sheet the building. And yeah, we're going to put a metal skirt on, and then we're going to sheet the whole thing using this zip sheeting. And the reason I chose this zip sheeting is it's already pre-waterproof, so it's going to avoid me having to try to put on Tyvek. And like when I built this big garage, I wrapped it all in Tyvek, and it got windy and the wind's blowing the shit everywhere. And I just thought this would be a better way, and I've done a little research on it, and it seems to be a really good product. Anyway, today that's what we're going to do. We're going to get started. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day, and let's sheet this building.
There he goes, it's a working man. He's trying to make a living any way he can, and he'll break his back for $1 or $2. Oh, there ain't no shame in what he do. Oh, work it out.
Okay, right off the bat, this video is for entertainment purposes only. And I apologize up front about the wind noise on this video. Apparently my cheap GoPro camera, even though I have a speaker mounted on it, it did not get rid of a lot of the wind. But right here, the beginning of the whole sheeting is to put this this metal skirt on the bottom. This is a powder coated metal that I had specially made to cover up the bottom of the foundation, so that when I finish backfilling, all you'll see is that metal. And then basically the sheeting is going to come down to the top of that, and then my siding will come down further past the sheeting a little bit to about 3/4 of an inch above this metal, and that should give it a really nice waterproof. Anyway, the first step was to put this metal skirt on all the way around the building, and it went pretty quick, even though this is like, I don't know, 10 times speed or something. I'm really not this fast, but yeah, it was easy to put on, easy to cut and bend, and it actually came out pretty good. And right here I start on the sheeting, and the zip sheeting, I find that so far I like it. The exterior water protection on it is pretty durable. And what you want to do, now I tested out 2 different nail guns on this zip sheeting, and I came to the conclusion that my coil nailer was the most reliable. And what I would do, you don't want your nails to penetrate the zip sheeting. You want them to just be flush with the outside. So what I would do is I got my coil nailer adjusted to the right air pressure, and I would shoot them in, and then I would go back through with my hammer and pound them down flush. And that seemed to work the best. And this whole project of sheeting the building by myself, it took me about 6 days, and mainly, you can see here I don't have the backfill done, so I'm 3 foot lower than I should be. There's actually 3 foot of backfill going to go around this particular spot where I'm at, and it makes where everything you have to do is on the ladder from the very beginning. And then when I get around to the higher sides, it's even higher. But the sheeting went really well. Basically, you just stagger all your joints, and it took, like I said, it took me 6 days to do this, to get all the zip sheeting done. I left all the tape off because where I'm at, I actually emailed the inspector about the zip sheeting, and I asked him, I go, do I need to leave this tape off so that you can see all the nails? And I didn't get a response back, so I just decided to leave them all off until I get the inspector out here to inspect the nailing on the. Basically, I'm going to inspect the roof nailing and the siding nailing all at the same time, and then I'll turn around and tape off the whole project with the zip tape. And I'll show you the zip tape at the end of the video, and the tools that you use to roll it on and everything. There's actually a special roller that has these little indentation Z's in them, so it can show that you've actually rolled it with that zip roller, and that's kind of a quality control from the zip manufacturer. But right here you can see I'm just kind of buzzing along, and yeah, using a coil nailer. Every once in a while, I'll drop one of these sheets because basically I'm putting a couple nails on the bottom of the bottom plate and setting them on those nails, and sometimes the nails I'll end up losing the piece of plywood and it falls down. But they're pretty tough sheets. This is a 7/16 sheet, and on the roof I'm actually using 5/8, but it's pretty rugged material, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it as far as a structural plywood. It doesn't seem to be any worse or any better than OSB or CDX. It seems to be pretty durable, and I think the way they make it, it must have quite a bit of glue in it. Yeah, because it seems to be pretty tough. Anyway, here I am going up the second row. I've already done one row around the whole bottom of the house, and now this is the second row. And basically it's just cut, raise them up, nail them off. And of course, as I get higher up, I'm going to bring over I have some ladder scaffolding. Basically it's 2 ladders with some scaffolding in the middle, which I ended up having to use to finish the rest of this sheeting. I get around this next corner, and then I switch over to these big ladders. But yeah, probably the most important thing is, try to remember to stagger your sheets, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. I mark all the studs, top and bottom, and then use either a level or a straight edge to mark them, and then shoot them in. Pretty simple. So here you can see I'm using 2 extension ladders and a scaffolding in between them. And basically what I was able to do is basically move this whole little ladder system over, so I could do a 8-foot piece at a time, and then move it, do an 8-foot piece at a time. And I tried to, when I got up this high, I tried to do both the 2 rows at a time, basically, before I moved. And that way I'd only have to move once around this thing at this point. It did get windy, and you can see the flag blowing kind of in the background, and you can see some of those trees moving around. There's a few points where yeah, the camera, it'll show the wind. Anyway, this is basically how I did it by myself, and it took 6 days to do the exterior sheeting. And thank you so much for staying this long watching this video. And at the end, I'll talk about a few of the products from the zip sheeter, like the roller and stuff. And yeah, we're basically almost done sheeting this building. Anyway, thanks again for lasting this long, and I'll see you at the end. What'd you think? And there you go, sheeting with the zip system. Here you can see I've got all the windows cut out. This is how many windows are in the back, which I think is really cool, because basically my backyard is 1,000 acres of, I don't even know how many acres, there's a lot of acres of national forest. And no one will ever build out here ever, which is really nice. Anyway, yeah, this is the zip system. And you can see I've got it all ready to go, ready to be taped. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. We still got a lot of backfill and compaction to do around the building, especially back here where my big French drain is. But yeah, it turned out pretty good. Anyway, next up is you can see the front of the building. I still got to do, still a lot to do when you're doing it by yourself. But here you can kind of see, so I'm actually going to make a door pan, a copper door pan for right here, or even maybe a galvanized one. We used to do copper ones down at the beach because of the salt air. But this will get a pan, then right here, flashing, or this will get a flashing down here. We'll caulk under this. This will get flashed, and then all the seams get taped. I'll show you that tape in just a second. And then so this will get taped. Then the metal siding will come down and stay about probably an inch or 3/4 above that. But yeah, so sheeting this building. It's a pretty small building. It's a small little house. It took me 6 days to sheet this whole building. And some of, you know, I had to do it off the ladders, and like you saw in the video, the ladders and the scaffolding. But yeah, all in all, it came out pretty good. So here you can see this is the zip flashing material. And I don't know, it's 4 or 5 inches wide. And basically, you would tape that onto the seam. But the most important thing is, after you tape it, to roll it with this roller. And this is a critical part of the whole thing, to roll it with this roller. And it's got little Z's on it, and that shows the zip company that you've rolled it. And you basically just roll it on, and it basically, when you roll it, it ends up bonding with this material. It's made, the tape is made especially for this. And then if you have any penetrations, like nails, like let's say there's not too many here. So let's say you have a nail that's blown through, then you would use this special caulking to fill in those nail holes. And we'll do all this after inspection, but yeah, pretty simple. The nice thing is it's almost waterproof walls right now. Once I get the roof on, it'll be even better. Anyway, next project's going to be to start installing the roof, and we're going to be using the Bobcat E60 excavator to see if we can move these big, what we're using on the roof. Instead of, normally we would use like TJIs or something, but the engineer, because of the snow load up here, he has us using LVLs, and they're a little heavy, so we'll see. We're going to give it our best shot today to get started on that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the videos, and I really appreciate it. And please subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe give it a thumbs up if you like it. And I'll see you next time. Later.
There he goes, it's a working man. He's trying to make a living any way he can. And he'll break his back for $1 or $2. Oh, there ain't no shame in what he do.